On the dot on a Thursday morning. It is March the 28th. Rise and shine. It's time for Coffee Talk. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. We do this every day at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Literally, just about every day. 7 days a week. We sit back, we relax. Some cases we track some wet weather. You can see live first warning Doppler radar there in the corner. Lots to see. Have to get to our coffee first. We're going to be tracking the rainfall. But before we do, let's just peek outside live. Shall we see what's doing? There's a shot into Tavares. It is gray. Not necessarily, we'll say, stormy out, but we've got some rainfall certainly on our first warning live Doppler radar. So here's a look at that live radar, and I'll pop on the lightning counter. The good news is there are no lightning strikes, so no big deal there. But plenty of showers around. So let's do this. Let's bring our first warning live Doppler radar full. Showers now heading over to Daytona Beach. We'll zoom in there. Kind of get an idea of what's heading on in. You can see some pockets of yellows and even some reds from time to time. Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach. This is all going to be heading your direction in the next few minutes' time. As a matter of fact, here we go at about 30 or so miles an hour. So based on its forward momentum of about 30 miles an hour, okay, let me just type that into the computer. When will it arrive in your neighborhood? This is going to be this batch of heavier stuff moving on up. So Sam Sula at 8:13, Glencoe at 8:21, New Smyrna Beach at 8:25, Daytona Beach at 8:32 and 8:44. My friends here in Ormond Beach expecting a little bit of rain to move your direction. Let's move the radar, see what's doing down here into the metro. We are nice and quiet, at least into downtown Orlando. You're fine. Sorrento, Paisley, plenty of showers. I'll put this into motion. And you kind of see it lifting up to the north. Ormond Beach, this back kind of cluster will be moving your direction. And then over to the west, watching around Anthony, Citra, Reddick, Webster, Bushnell, Lake Penisoffkee area, watching all of this moisture coming on in. And then a wider perspective, if I tap into the live radar in Tampa, which I don't know why that button is missing, but I will fix it. Do that, do that, do that. Save as a palette item. Hold on, do that. Hold on, I got to fix it. Somebody broke my button. Hold on a second. Forgive me. Somebody broke this. MLB Reflectivity 2. So this will be Tampa Reflectivity 2. TBW REF 2. Sorry. 1 second. Okay. All right. So there's the live Tampa radar. And you kind of see more showers out in the Gulf Coast. Even some heavier stuff kind of firing up around Clearwater and Pinellas County. This is for my brother, by the way. But nothing strong, nothing severe, and that's the good news. Temperatures out the door, 60s north and west of town, lower 70s through the metro, lower 70s back over to Brevard County. So when we look to the forecast today, I'll load up the half-screen version just because we've got that inset box. Storms this morning around. Mostly rain, but can't rule out a flash of lightning and a rumble of thunder. All right. Then we look to about lunchtime. Notice how things do improve. 76, partly cloudy skies, and then going mostly sunny later on this afternoon. 79 degrees of high temperature. Looks great. Diane says, looks like it rained overnight here. Everything looks wet. Yeah, I mean, there have been some showers, and certainly we can see in that bottom left corner, there is still some showers around for sure. Lucas, so which ensemble has been the most accurate in predicting the showers for today and yesterday? Models have done a terrible job. Like, terrible. There's no good. I've seen no good happening here. Just gonna be honest with you. The models have not figured any of this out. Case in point, here's a live look at our first warning Doppler radar, okay? Hold on. Hello, Stella. Good morning to you. All right, so here's live first warning Doppler radar. Okay, so we've got plenty of showers. Let's just look through some of the models. Take a mental snapshot of this. All right, here's Futurecast. Actually, a new model run came in since I last checked, and that doesn't look terrible. It may be a little overdone, but it doesn't look terrible. Is Futurecast figuring this out? Dun, dun, dun. Let's check. All right, so 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in through the metro. And then by 10, 11 o'clock, kind of pushing out east, that's believable. Yeah, and then notice into this afternoon, right? We're looking clear. Okay, Futurecast figured it out. For fun, let's look at Beta Futurecast. Beta Futurecast, not doing terrible. It's not perfect, but not terrible. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, rain's moving out. All right, now we're starting to get somewhere. There is some model consistency. Okay, I can take that, right? All the models are figuring it out. Excellent, excellent, Smithers. Lauren says, what do you think of the probability of the launch? Want to go see it, but don't want to make the drive. It's not a good chance. Yeah, so I've got the same dilemma. I'm off of work today. I do want to see the launch. Yeah. I don't know how great this forecast is looking for this thing. This is the final launch of the Delta IV Heavy rocket, and there's a 30% chance of good weather. I just checked, by the way, and what's kind of neat is we can tap into the live weather sensors on the pad. Now, just looking at wind conditions at the pad. This is just looking at wind conditions, but this launch is from Slick 37, and for now, as far as winds, it's gusting up to 23, so it's within constraints. This is live data, gets updated. I think it's like every 5 minutes. So the wind is going to be the big concern for the launch. Obviously, right now with clouds, rain, and the whole mess, it's not a good morning to launch. But later on, we'll be doing better. I would say a 30% chance of good weather. I don't know that I'm going to go myself. And so that's, let that tell you kind of what we're thinking as well, Yeah. So there you go. Only 30% chance I wouldn't go, Taylor says. Yeah, Diane says it's the end of an era. It's true. I mean, gosh, how many times have we watched this unbelievable rocket go up? But they're moving on to the Vulcan Centaur rocket and kind of, it's just modernizing the fleet. It's the way it goes, right? So, yeah. Can anyone tap into that weather in the pad? Ah, Diane, you like that? You just have to know what to look for. Ha, 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 ha. Words are hard to... Thank you, Kelly, for calling me out on that. Yes. Hold on. I apparently need some more coffee, so stand by. Okay. Words are going to be a little bit easier. Once you get the coffee in, words are a little bit easier. All right, so I've got this scrolling on the bottom left corner of the screen, but let's just kind of go back through it and look at it from a different vantage. Apparently, I don't have it in my show. Awesome, because, Burris thinking is hard. All right, so I've been kind of cycling through this on the bottom left part of the screen. Satellite and radar, you can obviously see it there now, but full screen look at it. Cold fronts moving through. Showers and thunder showers are to blame. We're watching the rains in our area right now. Through the day today, that front will clear us out, and what we end up with, all right, is a changing forecast. And this is where, we get a little bit of a delight. Here's a look at high temperatures over the next couple of days. So yesterday in Orlando, we made it to 86 degrees. Today, we're going to make it to 79. Tomorrow will be a delicious 76. But understand that, it's going to get different by this weekend. We have this little drop off of temperatures for a couple days, and then we're back into the 80s Saturday and Sunday. Gorgeous spring weather for Central Florida, which means Easter Sunday, of course, everybody wants to know. And we got you covered. Don't you worry about it, right? 58 to wake up in the morning for Easter Sunday. Afternoon highs around 83. It's looking good. It's looking good. Gotta love that. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. See, I did it. How is this tamping down pollen? It's going to be temporary because with all this sun shining, of course, the showers will re-encourage more growth. So we'll get a little bit of a break in the allergens today, but it's going to be a temporary break. So there's that. Millie says, in and out twice, still no comments. We'll be in listening mode. At least, Millie, I see your comments. At least there's that. I'm drinking the coffee trying to rock the world over here. Oh, my. Chris says Kelly could have been a telephone operator calling out Eric all the time. Yeah. Tiffany says, drop off. Those are nice temps. I know. Well, but I'm trying to set up a point here, which is that, yes, we've got this drop off, but it is oh so temporary. It's hardly a drop off at all. So here's a look at Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. There's your drop off. But look what happens beyond Sunday. Look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What is happening here? Y'all see that, right? Yeah, this little mini front of ours is so mini. It says tomorrow because Kellyanne didn't change it, so I'll fix it just a second. Today. There. Now it's fixed. You feel better? We are most accurate. Right. So today, 79 degrees. That's right? That's what we're going with? Hold on. Let me just double check. Burris, you got to use your noggin. 79 and 89. Okay. Just making sure that we didn't change the forecast. All right. So 79 today. Next Tuesday, 89. All right. Let's take a couple of minutes and let's just let it settle in that, like, this cold front isn't doing much, right? Like today's 79, tomorrow 76. And then, right? Yeah, so we'll take a minute and let's just try and establish the idea that, yeah, these cold fronts are few and far between. But kind of an interesting discussion, right? So with next Tuesday being 89, and for those of you that watch Coffee Talk a lot, you know when we've discussed this. 89. Are we already to 90-degree heat? And the answer is actually, yeah, we've been there for a hot minute. Okay, this year, the first 90-degree temperature was March the 9th. Last year, the first 90-degree temperature was March the 3rd. By the way, climatologically, the first 90-degree day is April 19th. But that's kind of interesting. So let's look at Tuesday because we've got that heat building. Okay, well, first let's look at today. Here's today's high temperatures. Let's work our way there, okay? Here's today's high temperatures. That's beautiful, right? Nice breeze northwest, 20, 25, 30 miles an hour. Clearing skies, going to be gorgeous, right? Friday, gonna get down on a Friday. All right, 76 degrees. 76 degrees. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Anyway, 71 over in New Smyrna Beach. 60s for highs up in Flagler. But then we look at Tuesday of next week. All right, here's our Tuesday high temperatures for next week. Just take a minute and like put that in your coffee and drink it. Yeah. Oh, good night. Wendy says that's too warm for April. Sweetheart, we're not even in April yet. But point taken. Yeah. Yeesh. Yukon says 89. Awesome. That was a great year for the mullet. Speaking of the mullet, I mean, it's back. Like, what is happening in this planet? The mullet's coming back. You fixing it shows you all have your backs. Oh, yeah, Joanne, we take care of each other. Well, and that's not a graphic that Kellyanne may have even known existed, but when I clicked save, it goes to like the top of the recently created, so maybe she'll see it and be like, oh, hey, that's good graphic. We have each other. Yeah, we have each other's backs. Chris says, Eric isn't missing your comments. He's actively ignoring you. Usually if I actively ignore somebody, I tell them, though. Like, Chris, actively ignoring. Bobby says, hopefully cold fronts stop early this year. Last year we had them in May. I mean, is it a problem to have a quick sneak of cooler temperatures late? I don't think so. You tell me. I wouldn't mind a little taste of cool from time to time. Because we've got, look, I love the heat. Like, I love summer, all of that. But like a little reminder of spring, a little reminder of winter. Hey, that's as long as it's short-lived, that's all. That's where I'm at. Wendy says, next week is April. I know, I'm just teasing. Yes, I know. I've had one for a year and a half. I, I mean, like I look at my kid pictures and I get it. I get the mullet. I had a mullet as a kid. But I want to know, honestly, Yukon, what brought it back? Like societally. I have no problems with the mullet. I mean, I rocked one. But like, how did that come back? I guess I'm just not a style guy. So I just don't understand how these things ebb and flow like that. So Yukon, you obviously are on the forefront of style. How did this come back as a society? I just saw it for the first time like the last couple of days. I'm like, is this back? How am I so out of touch? Is it because I'm so old? I know I'm not that old. I'm just trying to make a joke. But like, seriously, how is that? So tell me. Diane, can you officially tell us about what you're doing next? It's not next Wednesday. Okay, so my thing is it's the week of like the 21st. So I got guidance. When is it? I have to look. It's like mid-April is my thing that you guys I think are talking about. Okay. I would also say that I can tell you a little closer to the event. It's not yet. Not yet. We'll get there. The only mullet I like is smoked with crackers and a cold beer. Ooh, there you go. Hurricane? Question mark. Crazy season. You have 3 mean areas. Does that mean those areas are going to get hit repeatedly? Ah, yes. So, I mean, we talked a bit about that yesterday, Brad. Yeah, I mean, I issue my forecast March the 1st. I always have, and I always will. If you're unfamiliar with what we do here, the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. This year's numbers, and I did speak with Phil Klotzbach over at the National Hurricane Conference the other day. Got an idea on where his numbers are. He'll be releasing his, and we will have Phil Klotzbach on Coffee Talk. I'm going to have to grab him and bother him. He's always so good to us. But here's the WESH numbers, okay? 16 to 20. Now, these numbers are lower than AccuWeather. We'll see where Phil's numbers come in. Hashtag I know, but I'm not going to. I've been promised to secrecy. But again, I think the key point that I tried to make was that the percentage of storms this year that become hurricanes and major hurricanes will be higher. Okay, but yeah, when we talk about our our hotspots, these are the landfall hotspots that the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast has highlighted. And before you say you're highlighting the entire basin, I'm not. Look at Texas. We don't have Texas highlighted, for example. So there you go. But if you want more information, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Pixar, it didn't happen. I won't believe you had a mullet until I see it. I don't know that I have anything like readily available. Seriously. I don't know that I have. I'm just looking, y'all. I'm just looking to see if I've got. I'm looking. Hold on. Mullet pictures. I made a video for my brother's wedding forever ago. Was it 20? When did they get married? I don't know if it was that. It was 2013? Was it 2013? It may have been 2013. I made this video. Y'all are putting me on the spot. I'm trying to do the things. It would have been like 2013. I'm looking. Hold on. Hey, there's a picture of Danny Trainer. I'm going to give this like 4 more seconds, and then I'm going to give up. Would it have been February of 2013? I'm thinking no. No. All right. I can't find a mullet picture easily. Sorry. Ask your stylist. Oh my God. Yeah, my stylist bringing it back. Okay, so Brittany says Morgan Wallen is the reason the mullet is back. That could be a thing. I know who Morgan Wallen is. Tracy says, yup, it's back. Don't know. Everything is cycling back. Hypercolor shirts, mullets, shark. What's a shark watch? Googling shark watch right now. Oh, that! Those are back? No way those are back. They're $65? Y'all are paying $65 for the shark watches? I noticed that a station in town that rhymes with fix is trying to make one of their Mets into an Eric Burris meteorologist. Well, couple things. First off, Wesh didn't have to make me who I am. My mom made me who I am. 2, this is one of those things that I started and didn't expect much from it, and it's kind of become something. I feel like you can't just make this. It has to happen naturally. So, yeah. And if they want to do it, hey, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But we've been doing this for years. We're going to continue to do this for years. It's just the way it goes, right? It's just the way it goes. Karen says, watching you is such a great way to start the day. You always have me laughing. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Mike, at my age, I can rock a reverse mullet easier than a regular mullet. Trying to think how that's a thing. So is it bangs then at that point? Oh my God, Kelly, I'm just waiting for the Jinko jeans and frosted highlights to come back. Peak time in life. Dude, I had my frosted tips. When I started in TV, I had big old chops. My first news director was like, Burris! Hey, Burris, get over here. Yes, Joe. Burris, bro, get out. You don't need the chops anymore. You're on TV. Okay, Joe. His name's Joe Kasha. Sidebar, I don't think he ever actually learned that my name wasn't Burris. My going away party in WPBF, the guy had left for years, shows up. Burris, you're going up to Wesh. Burris, hey! He's like, he's Joe Kasha, who, Joe Kasha is a New York news legend, worked at WABC among other stations, and anyway. I just don't think he ever learned my name. Yeah. Oh, well. Ryan says, raining on the job site in Flagler Beach. I'm sorry. Yeah. The live radar there in the bottom left corner says it all. It's raining. It's pouring. Oh, well. He sounds like Tony, but on a Red Bull. He's not. I don't know if there's... I don't know if there's any video. Now, that would be a fun guy to try and grab for Coffee Talk. I'll show you a picture of him. Joe Kasha, WABC. Let's see if I can find Joseph J. Kasha. That's him. Yeah. But I'm trying to find Joe Kasha images. Let me take WABC out of it. Joe Kasha News. I just remember getting emails from this guy that ended up hiring me and giving me my first on-air job, and the email was Joseph J. Kasha, and I'm just like, well. All right. Copy image address. So this is him now. I mean, he's retired, for years. Put that in there. Yeah, there's Joe Kasha. All right. So that's the guy that gave me my first opportunity on air. He's definitely more salt and peppery than he was. But he's quite an accomplished, he's quite an accomplished guy. I'd love to get him on that. I never thought to talk to him. He's the guy that gave me my first job, and man, he's just assignment editor at WABC, managing editor WCBS, executive editor WNBC, director of affiliate relations for the ABC network, senior producer of operations ABC News. Then he was a consultant, and then director at large RTNDA, news director at WPBF, which is where he hired me, KDKA, WRGB. He discovered Rachel Ray. That's his claim to fame. I got to get Joe on here. I'm going to have to get Joe. That would be funny. That would be funny Bjoris, you were really quite terrible when you were on the air for me. Oh my God. That would be really funny. That would be funny. Christie, New Yorker repping the Cardinals. Well, he lives in West Palm still, so, there's that. Oh my God, that would be so funny. That would be so funny to get Joe on Coffee Talk. I think I'm going to have to do that someday. Just randomly. That would be funny. It's not going to get you an hour TV show. He got Rachel. I mean, I remember I had gotten the job at WPBF. I didn't know this story. And so I'm watching TV and there's like something about Rachel Ray, and sidebar, like I've always kind of had the hots for Rachel Ray. Don't judge me. So I'm watching, and all of a sudden I'm watching this documentary and Joe's on there, and I'm like, that's my boss. That's my newsroom. And they literally are like, he's like, yeah, bada bing, I put her on TV. She was a reporter. And I'm like, oh, well, that's funny. I remember calling my mom. I'm like, hey, so fun fact, the guy that just put me on TV on my first on-air job found Rachel Ray. Oh, man. Tiffany, is it because she can cook? We'll go with that. Is he Italian too? Joseph J. Kasha from New York. It's more New York than Italian, but it's Kasha. Kasha. He's like an older Tony Manolfi. Yeah. Oh God. Oh my God, you can't get out of here. So you do every bit of Rachel Ray's cookware. I don't. But it's kind of funny. So anyway. Oh my God, we're gonna have to get. How did this just happen? How did we end up talking about Joe Kasha? Anyway, we'll have to get Joe Kasha on Coffee Talk. I think that would be hilarious. Okay, so for today, my friends, trying to put this together, trying to put this train back on the tracks. Today, we've got showers, even perhaps a couple of thunder showers around, morning activity, morning rains. We look far better the later in the day we go, right? It started with the frosted tips. Oh, man. I don't have Rachel Ray's number. Nah. Pat Gribben, I got in late. Launch forecast. So Pat, my old launch buddy, I've got access today. I just don't know that I'm going to go. Only a 30% chance of good weather for it. Yeah. Joe and Tony on the same time on Coffee Talk. Oh my God, just get the two New York. They'll sit there and talk New York the entire time. I don't know. Pat Gribben, if it was a better percent, I would try and say you and I should go together. For old time's sake, buddy. I don't have Rachel Ray's information. He's the mob boss version of Manolfi. It's true. He would wear like a full suit, dress shoes, no socks. He was the guy. Bjoris! Like if you heard Bjoris shout it out of his office like, oh, I screwed something up. And like, remember, it was at the beginning of my career. I'm not saying I'm great today, but I sucked back then. Like, I was not good. And so, I don't want to say we had a lot of talking tos, but there was some coaching that needed to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. It needed to be. All right. So, any questions about today? Any questions about the 7-day forecast? Let's peek out and see where that's going. Anything at all? How we looking? Oh, Tiffany says use those connections. Absolutely. Carol, great coffee talk this morning. Thank you. We're having fun, right? I love it. Katie, how's the weather? What's the weather? Yeah, so morning storms today, then we kind of look better and better and better next couple days. That's what everybody's first job is about, learning and having some coaching. Yeah, and having caution. Bjaris! Yes, Joe, shut the door. Oh, God. I remember there was one time I was at an art festival. They gave me a shirt. I put it on. He called me. He's like, he used some colorful language. I'm just going to rated PG this. If you don't want to get fired, you put your other shirt back on. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. Sorry, bud. Click. Okay. Okay, Joe. Like 21-year-old me, I'm like, okay, we can do this. We're going to be okay. 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 Well, the winds died down as the day goes on. That's the worry is they're not. They're going to be picking up through the day today, right? That's why winds are a big concern for the launch later today. Yeah, that's why. And we've got the ability, we're going to be watching the winds at the pad through the day today. Like right now, the winds are within range for the Delta IV Heavy rocket, gusting to 23 at the pad. Yeah, we'll be watching it. We'll be watching it for you. All right, but cold front moves through. Winds are picking up. Winds will be a concern. All right. All right, it's 8:33. Be good. I'm off of work today, but I have to do a harassment training. The whole company has these like once a year that you have to do. And I got to get mine done today. It's due tomorrow. So I'm going to go do some harassment training, go visit mom. I hope you guys have a great day too. I don't know that I'm going to walk to the car and drive over to the coastline for today. Yeah. Tracy says, have fun and go get your shark watch. Those things are $60 now. That's crazy. They should be like 15. Good night. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for coffee talk today. Train definitely went off the track today. We'll see you tomorrow. Sound good? 8 o'clock. We'll be talking about sunshine and gorgeous weather. Be good. Take care. Bye.